Remember when the American taxpayers bailed out the banks? And they did that because they were considered too big to fail. And I think that the logic needs to be extended to our most valuable resource of our society, our children. Our children's futures should always be considered too big to fail. For this reason, I encourage our elected leaders to accept President Obama's offer and pass portions of the 2011 American Jobs Act. I'm speaking specifically about the $30 billion to modernize public schools and the $35 billion to put those laid off due to state budget cuts back to work. Under the current proposal, California would receive more than $2 billion for investments in school infrastructure, which would create as many as 35,000 jobs. That could mean $10 million right here in Visalia Unified to be used to modernize schools like Conyers School, to update school equipment and buildings. It's the time to rise above parties and to make wise investments in the future of our children and in the future of our country.
I'm here as an elected official, and quite like all of my other colleagues that are elected across this country, we all made a promise to the American people to put people back to work, to make sure that we supported measures that created jobs. Our Congress, all of them, campaigned on that very issue. And now is the time. Right now, they have a bill in front of them that actually puts people back to work, that cuts taxes, and helps modernize our schools, helps make sure that we have teachers in the classrooms, that we have first responders with police and fire working, and builds this country the way it needs to be. So what I want to do is read to you a few numbers. The first number, $3,963,800 million. That's the amount of infrastructure investment right here in the state of California. 6 million. The number of Americans whose unemployment insurance will be extended. 710,000. The number of firms in this country that will receive a tax break. 51,500. The number of jobs in California that will be supported by infrastructure spending. 37,300. The number of educators and first responders jobs who will be supported. 36,600. The number of jobs created in California from school modernization projects. 35,000 plus. The number of public schools across our country that will benefit from the modernization projects. And one, the only plan in America to put Americans back to work, the Americans Jobs Act of 2011. We need Congress to support that right now. Thank you.
As a Republican, I did not support Obama's election. I did not support his 2009 stimulus package. But with strong conviction, I do support his jobs bill. By lowering the payroll tax, that's going to give the employers an opportunity to have labor. But the main thing, since it's equal across the board, we get to put as many dollars as we can into the hands of the working family who needs them now, so they could pay for their food, clothing, and shelter. But one of the biggest things I like about this bill is that the veterans that have gone overseas and that serves our country here today are going across and giving up their families so they can sit there and we can earn our freedoms. Now, this is not a Republican issue, it's not a Democrat issue, it's not a Tea Party issue, it's not an independent issue. This is an American issue. This affects all of us. And we all need to stand behind Mr. President Obama on this jobs bill. And we also need to sit there and let Mr. Denham know that we need his vote for this. And we need the Senate to get up and get moving so we can get these jobs back on the streets. Thank you.